What's going on, y'all? So listen, American Horror Story. I don't know. Listen, whether to laugh at this shit or what, because the shit is true as fuck, you know. But it just seems so campy right about now. But it's playing on everybody's, emotions about what happened during election night. The fact that it is around and surrounding election night, November 8th, 2016, when Donald Trump, became president. Girl, I like to fucking die. I said when I seen the I ain't gonna lie, when I seen the trailer for it, I was sitting here like, well, the semi trailer, and it showed that first part where Sarah Paulson, aka Allie, she was just screaming her ass off when they found out that Trump was the president. I said, bitch, this gotta be a parody or something. This ain't real. Somebody was putting out a fake trailer. Bitch shut my mouth up and said, bitch, this is real. I said, oh, okay. That's how we playing this? That is how we gonna play this. So, this whole season is called Cults, okay? And we're gonna see exactly how these cults and stuff develop. All it takes is for somebody to, say one thing that touches one person that want to follow them, and then it's going to say some more stuff, got mastery with words and manipulation, and you're going to have a lot of people that come in and do the same thing. And to me, it's kind of playing on the fact that, since it's centered around the election, and it's some real shit about how, just like cults, you got Trump supporters that are blindly following this man and feeling like they can do whatever the fuck it is that they want to do and that he is telling them to do it. And I don't, child, y'all know. It was just a mess. So when the episode starts off, we have Sarah Paulson, who is playing this lady named Allie. She is married to this girl named Ivy. They have a son, Ozzy. I think his name is Ozzy. Whatever. And you have the Chains, okay? They are over there at her house with the the nanny and another friend of theirs, this black lady, and they are basically having a election watch party. Fucked the whole party up when they found out that Hillary was gonna lose, okay? And they literally was showing all the clips leading up to it and everything. I said, bitch, I remember this shit. It is irritating me because we was on pins and needle, and the way that Sarah Paulson's character Ivy, Allie reacted when we found out, she was like, bitch, I ain't gonna believe it until Rachel Maddow said, okay, because she always speak that true. And Chang was back there like, no, she lost. She lost. It's fucked up. And you know what's fucked up about it is, she only got 10,000 votes or something like that in Michigan, and 40,000 of them went to Jill Stein. And then he snapped the fuck off on his wife and was like, bitch, it's your fault. Well, you could have helped with the problem if you would have went out there and fucking voted. Instead, you didn't vote. You had to go shopping on Etsy. And I said, God damn, calm down, calm down. you know. And then when they said 40,000 to Jill Stein, kind of find out, Allie didn't even vote for Hillary Clinton. She was just like a lot of people who said, I can't vote for Trump because he's a racist asshole. And then you have people that says that, I can't vote for Hillary either because that bitch crooked too. It's like I can't pick the lesser of two evils. I'm gonna have to go to the outside and pick an independent person, Jill Stein. And I said, fuck, this is plain close. And this is what happened. This is really what happened. And when she had that breakdown, I just remember myself being in here and just seeing and hearing that Donald Trump won, and it literally felt like the end of the world. It really did. Like, my heart was hurt, okay? But I said, damn, that's how we all kind of felt that didn't want Trump up in office. We was hurt as fuck like that. And look at the fuck shit that's going on now. So, all this stuff is bringing up her anxiety. Ivy has this issue with extreme, extreme anxiety. And we have to see as it play out, is it really anxiety that's happening, or is this stuff that she's hallucinating really real? Okay? You got her son out there, he's in the bed, and what we thought was really happening, it was actually a reenactment of a comic book called Twisty the Clown. Okay, and y'all remember Twisty from Freak Show. And reenacting that whole comic book that was happening. We see the couple out there in the little wood, not in the woods, but in the little picnic area, whatever, by the lake or something. It probably was a little wooded area, but getting it in. He about to muff dive, and she was like, "Somebody's watching us." And I said, "You think, bitch? You think you really alone? Nature is watching you, okay?" And she was like, "No, but for real, it's something like I can just feel it." And he was like, "Yeah, it's just like you remember that you ever heard of Twisty the Clown?" And he was like, "Who's that?" He killed his victims right here, as they was getting it in. He just came up and started killing. I said, "If you don't stop, why do you do stuff like that?" She was like, "Why are you saying this stuff? He's scaring me." "I'm saying it because I know scaring you turns you on." I said, "Bitch, what type of twisted shit is this? I gotta scare your ass for you to come?" What? But anyway, so he was about to get in. They said, we see Twisty walking his ass up. And they was like, "Oh my God." And the whole time I'm sitting there like, run. Okay? Run. That's what I'm like. All right. What are you just standing there for? Why are you trying to communicate with somebody that look like a fucking demon? Okay. Why? 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 And then he pours out this fake flowers. He kneels before them. And then, he's still standing there. And you just still standing there yourself. Bitch, run. Okay? Listen, I can find another man somewhere else. If you want to be stupid and you want to play with this motherfucker, I'm running and I'm getting the fuck up out of here, bitch. Okay? You can play games with him and be macho man all you want to, but it ain't gonna be me. I want to live to see another day. And that just didn't come to their minds. Neither one of them. Dude reached down up in the goddamn bag to pull out a gun. I said, "Oh, you just so happen to have a gun. That was kind of smart, but why you got that gun? Like, it's just so handy." And he fires a shot. Like, as soon as the person sees the gun and you notice that the motherfucker look dirty as shit, okay? First of all, that goes to show that he ain't scared of nobody, bitch, and he ain't scared of no fucking gun, okay? And you shoot him 3, 4 times, and that motherfucker still standing there. Now, when he was shooting him, and you see he didn't flinch or nothing. Bitch, one bullet would have been enough for me to just pop and run, okay? You would have seen my big ass just going. They be like, "Bitch, Flo Joe." "No, bitch, it's Ashley, okay?" I was like, "I didn't know that bitch can run." You better believe it, okay? I didn't either. Broke knees and all right? I would have been out of that bitch, okay? Next thing you know, Twisty comes up and knock his ass out with a fucking juggling pin. The one that you juggle with. I mean, he hit him so fucking hard, I felt that in my soul. I said, "Well, fuck. Do you think the bitch gonna run?" No, she stood there and watched. "Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God." I said, "Bitch, if she had her phone on her. She could have called the cops right then if she wanted to. She could have ran. I would have ran. All right." He went down there, hit him again with that bowling pin. Well, no, he went through the bag and picked out these shears or whatever and just started stabbing him up. Do you think she ran? No, she ain't run right away, but eventually she got the hit when he was finished and she started running. He chasing her throughout the whole thing and get onto his fucking bus that he be keeping people at. All right, he looking around in this bus and then he don't find her. But she in there. She in there and he was about to leave until this dumb bitch didn't have the volume of her phone down low and he heard 911, "What's your emergency?" I said, "Bitch, you dumb as shit." Okay, so he found her. Next thing you know, we hear her screaming, "Ah!" And then we hear it stop. Then all of a sudden, we see something on the floor get thrown. I said, "Bitch, what the fuck type of flesh is that?" And then I had to look closely. I said, "That is a tongue ring. So that means that is her fucking tongue." Now, either he killed her or he just cut her tongue out. But, bitch, that is disgusting, okay? And then he pulled that mask off his face and said, "Roll number." I said, "No, put that shit back. Put that shit back, motherfucker, okay?" My just ate, I'm literally was in here just eating my dinner. And you just pulled that. And I just said, that's disrespectful. That is disrespectful as fuck. Ain't nobody asked for all that. But it was the little comic book that the boy was reading. And then, Allie comes in there and she was trying to see why he was still up and he was acting like he was hiding it. And she was like, "If you're in here reading something about erect penises and boobs, that's natural. So what it is that you're reading?" And he pulled out the comic book and of course it got the clowns on there. So she has a phobia of clowns and she just spazzes out. Ivy comes in there trying to, calm her down as she always do. Next thing we see her go to the therapist and and telling him about what's going on. And ever since election night, it's just been popping up these the clowns. She's been seeing the clowns, and she's freaking out over the little red reef thing, that coral reef thing, whatever that he had on his his stand shelf over there. And he she was just doing a lot. She was doing a lot. She said she had this anxiety. It was just like the time when she was going through 9/11. 9/11 happened and she couldn't leave her apartment. And then all of a sudden when she finally leaves, she meets Ivy and she thought that everything would be okay. And then all of a sudden, she just started popping off. And Ivy was like the one that, came in, rescued her, and then, didn't really judge her, was staying by her side. They got married, everything was good. She had a baby. And, at this point, we looking at Ivy like, bitch, I'm looking at Ivy like, you must really love that. Because I know they say through sickness and health and thick and thin and death do us part, but bitch, there is only so much that a motherfucker can take, because I cannot take somebody embarrassing me all the time in fucking public and you won't do nothing to do anything about it. He trying to prescribe her some he was like, bitch, let me just tell you something. You wanna know how I deal with this shit? I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump either, okay? I'm tired of his bullshit too, but you know how I get away with it? I deal. I just delete everything off of social media. I don't even have a profile up there no more, okay? And I go work out. That's what the fuck you do. She was like, you are looking kind of good. I said, yeah. Body right, okay? He putting his energy in stuff that actually matters, all right? And he's trying to prescribe her medicine. And he said, I don't like prescribing medicine, but your ass need it. Because she don't want to take no medicines, okay? And I said, bitch, I understand when some people don't want to take that shit. They don't want, like the side effects and all that shit to it. But bitch, you need something to calm your motherfucking nerves, because you're doing the goddamn most. She goes to the goddamn grocery store, and at this moment in time, I'm sitting here like, this ain't gonna end well, because there is nobody else in the parking lot but you. As we saw later, her car was the only one that was there, unless this was through her hallucination. Her car was the only one that was there. All right, she get up into the grocery store. There is no one there but one checkout person, and this motherfucker said, we hear the Donald Trump saying his little speech, and it was like, oh, so it's a slow night. Everybody probably at home trying to listen to what this sucker say or whatever. She said like it in a negative way, like fuck Trump, and it was like, yeah, he probably saying some good stuff. Next thing you know, the cashier pulls out a Make America Great Again hat and put it on. Mind you, he got his hand chopped off. And y'all remember from last year on Roanoke, that's Chaz Bono, okay? And them brothers or whatever that was keeping him up in there and doing all that shit, doing that shit for dead people. All right, got his hand chopped off and all that shit. I said, ain't this some shit? I said, the ironic gag of it all for Chaz Bono, a trans man, okay, to be here for Donald Trump. Bitch, I just fucking saw something about gays for fucking Trump. I said, do you know he don't give a shit about you, whether or not you want to be here for him or not, because he probably do something for your business and all that shit. But other than that, he would have your ass exterminated if you don't keep playing. Like, come on, that's what he's on the verge of doing. If you ask me, he's just doing the fucking most. But I just like, girl, get out of here. I said, Chaz fucking Bono, Chaz sitting here looking like, now you know damn well. But anyway, she in this grocery store, and next thing you know, she just thought she see these two little clown girls, and then she snaps out of it. Then she see two clowns over there fucking. I said, what is with the sex? Like, this is the second time we like. It was two scenes where she hallucinated that clowns was actually fucking around, you know. And then we see a girl clown. Then we see this clown that was riding on a scooter that was coming for her. And she's throwing bottles and stuff at him, trying to run away. And it's like, are you really seeing it? She runs out the grocery store. She calls Ivy. Ivy telling her to hold on, to calm down. And next thing you know, she runs a car into a pole. Ivy talking to her at the house like, I told the cops or whatever, they didn't see anything. They didn't see nothing on the tapes but you throwing bottles of rosé, and at this point you can kind of see that Ivy is like losing her patience, okay? She is coming to her breaking point. They have a business, a restaurant that they run together, but Allie hasn't been there because of the election night. She just hasn't really been outside. And Ivy at this moment is over it because she's like, this is not what I thought I would have in a marriage. She said, bitch, when was the last time you came? Now, at first, I'm thinking like, well, she came at the, she there at the restaurant right now. No, she's talking about when was the last time you came. Because she said, bitch, in the past month, I only came once, okay? And it wasn't no help of you. I said, damn. Damn. Ain't that a bitch? She said, this ain't the marriage that I thought was going to happen. You need to get your shit together. All right? So she was trying to take her out and, have a little dinner date and shit like that. And next thing you know, she hallucinates that the food is bloody crumpets and fingers and stuff on the plate. And then the clowns is over there fucking jacking off in the stuff. I'm just sitting here like, girl, take your medicine. Take your medicines or, go into a padded room, okay? Because you ain't right. All right. Now we're going to go back to another version, another reaction to the election night. You have Kai. All right. He's the blue hair guy. When he found out that Trump won, he is going crazy. What he says is the revolution has begun. Okay. And I'm pretty sure this is what happened to a lot of these Trump supporters who was like, our leader is here and now we can do whatever the fuck it is that we want to because look at what's happening, okay? And so he's all excited. He gets a bag. He see a bag of Cheetos on the fucking couch. He go and grinds that shit up in a blender and he put that shit on his face. I said, y'all know y'all call him President Orange. Cheeto face. I said, bitch, he put the eyeliner on. He fixed his hair like his. Well, then we see this other girl that's in the house who is Winter, who is his sister, and she is on the phone with a friend of hers, saying how pissed off she is and how, scared she is. She took off school to work on Hillary Clinton's campaign, and she thought that she was actually going to win. And, the friend is telling her, don't act out. Don't do nothing to hurt yourself again, okay? Don't do that. Don't start self-harming or whatever. Don't let this get to you so much like this. And so the brother comes in looking like Cheeto Face. And, we see this other scene where they're sitting down at the table. And he's like asking 21 questions. They do this thing where they, do like this with their pinkies. And he was like, if I ask you a question, you got to answer it. When was the last time you felt pain? Bitch, when so-and-so did anal. I let so-and-so do anal. But when was the last time you felt pleasure? Bitch, when I let him do anal. I said, it was pleasure and pain. Get your Trey Songz ass out of here. That was a good CD. I don't know what happened to Trey Songz. But anyway, she was like, then what threw me off was when Kai said, was it blood? Was it poop? I said, why do you want to know all this stuff? Who was the last person that you want? Who you want dead? And it was like, I don't want nobody to die. It was like, yes, you do. You want the people who voted for Trump to die. And it was like, okay, whatever. She's sitting there and she got tears coming out her eyes too. Because he reading her. He like, I know what the fuck you want. It was like, who is the person that you scared of? Who are you most scared of? She was like, to be honest, you. I was like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, Ivy and Allie are interviewing for a new babysitter because their nanny that they had at the beginning, who was comforting little Ozzy, she has not shown up since election night. And who was there for the interview? Winter. Winter is, putting on or whatever, and she gets the job. And of course, she had to put in there that, she worked for Hillary and all this shit. And she, the highlight of her life was that Lena Dunham had retweeted her, and then she got 6,000 followers, but it wasn't enough to get Hillary elected. But, okay, fine. She babysits while they out on this date that they was on that I spoke about earlier. She freaks out at the hotel, at the restaurant, and, Ivy was just over it. We see Kai, on the other hand. He goes to this council meeting, trying to get this motion denied or whatever to, I guess, not protect this Jewish building, this Jewish center, and it's Councilman Chain up on there too, and he's giving his speech like he's a president, like my fellow Americans and all this stuff, and basically saying that fear is what people want, and we need to scare people so bad that they need to call the police, that they need people to help them and all that stuff. And it was just so backwards and so fucking twisted that they was looking like, You want us to let this building just go ahead and explode on itself and not do nothing, and then let people live in fear until the fact that they absolutely positively need us? Motion fucking denial. Who opposed? Who here? Nay, nay. Okay. And they was chuckling. When he walked away, he said something under his breath, and Shane was like, "What did you say?" He said, "I said the most dangerous person is a humiliated man." And I said, uh oh. And two and two started clicking right then and there. Because I'm like, if these clown shits is real, Kai gotta be the one behind this shit, bitch, okay? Him and his crew of nutbags, okay? He sees some Mexicans or whatever, waiting probably to get picked up to do some work or whatever. And he starts thinking like Ojaraca. I said, ain't that about a bitch? They minding they business, doing what they gotta do, and he takes a condom out and he pisses in the condom, and then he throws this and calls him a wetback, and that's caused them to charge at him and beat his ass. And the whole time, one of his people is in the back that we don't see, filming the whole thing. And it's gonna come into play in the next episode when he talking about something he's gonna run for office or whatever, and he's saying that these people are criminals and rapists and stuff like that. And look what they did. They terrorizing our country. Look what they did to me, because he gonna have that video footage. And of course you're gonna edit it, and either edit it or start it when they had attacked him and making it seem like they attacked him out of nowhere and that they didn't get attacked first. You know what I'm saying? You see how they try to flip that shit? That fake news ass shit? Come on now. Alternative facts, bitch. When that happens, back at the house with the little boy, went to his babysitting, and then she saw the little twisty clown thing and was like, "Have you seen dead body?" I said, "Bitch, what are you doing?" She up there looking up dead bodies and shit. He was like, "I don't want to look at this no more." He was like, "Have you ever had the chicken pox and all that stuff? You got to look at it and you got to get it so that your body can be immune to it." I said, "Chicken pox in adult years is shingles, and that shit is fucked up, all right? What are you talking about?" And then so it was like, okay, she said, "Bitch, sit here and watch this while I go get some milk and cookies." So we finna eat milk and cookies while we watch dead bodies like it's a goddamn movie. I said, ain't this some shit? Next thing you know, we hear the ice cream truck coming, like the music to an ice cream truck. And the little boy go look out the window, and he see those same clowns that Allie was seeing in the grocery store come out the truck. They did see him looking, and he hurried up and ran away, tried to give Winter. Winter looked out the window, and all she saw was the ice cream truck. She was like, "I don't see nothing. What are you talking about?" Next thing you know, they go over there because I think they heard something happening, and we don't see nothing happening. We see Allie and Ivy pulling up, and it's just a whole bunch of police, and the area is taped off. They're like, "Oh my God, this is my son. My son live here. We live here," and all this stuff. They found a little boy. He's okay. Winter is okay. But come to find out, the chains were murdered. Okay? They was like, the little boy said it was the clowns that did it. And they saw them do it. Okay? And the way that they had it, all I kept on thinking about was the strangers. Okay, go look at that movie when they came up in there and they attacked that couple for no fucking reason, and they was like, "Why are you doing this?" And it was like, "Cause you was home." All right, and then they put that smiley face on the door, in their blood and shit like that. And then the Winter girl wouldn't let him say it to the cops because she was saying that he didn't see nothing. But these are the same clowns that the mother is saying, and I'm just sitting here like, you know who did this? This gotta be Kai. Kai and his people, Kai and his friends that did this shit. Cause it just makes sense to me. All right, but the cops come out and said that it was a murder suicide. Hmm. Hmm. I said, if you say so. And they say, Allie is in the bed asleep, and she hears something. She hears something. She whispers, "Ivy, do you hear that? Do you hear that?" She turns around, and it's not Ivy in the bed. It's that clown that got like the three faces. I said, ain't this about some bitch? That was American Horror Story. I'm going to give this a chance. I'm not going to say I'm not going to finish reviewing it. Y'all know I'm going to review the whole season. But it do seem a little campy, and it's a little laughable. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I know some of y'all motherfuckers can't stand clowns. I don't get the fascination with clowns either, but I ain't scared of them bitches. They creepy as shit to me, but hey, y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.